Hello, hope you've all been happy, healthy, and safe. Welcome back. Here to join me doing a pick-a-pile reading. Timestamps will be down below. I usually only pick 3 piles, pile 1, pile 2, and pile 3. So pick whichever pile you are drawn to, 1, 2, or 3, and we will meet at that pile. Okay, so if you are here to choose pile 1, we will clear the energies and call in your guides and angels and see what messages are for your highest and best good at this time. Yeah, we'll get some advice from spirit, some messages from the universe, and some surrender cards, and then we will go from there, okay? Okay, calling in pile 1, please, spirit. Okay, good. Actually, what we're gonna do for you guys, I feel like we have to clear some energies. So we're just gonna balance the space that you are in and the space that I am in. We're just gonna do that now. Spirit just wanting me to do that for you guys. Just gonna balance out any sort of unstable energy you guys have been having lately. Okay, and Spirit says we are done. Alright. Okay, hopefully that helps you. Okay, we will get into what your general messages are for today. Shuffle the card. Let's see what Spirit has to say for you today. Okay, so we have... Okay, that's 3 and 3 clarifiers, I think. Okay, and okay. And advice. Okay, so I feel like right now, you got the mental conflict card coming up first, okay? But this came out in the reverse, which means that you're overcoming mental conflicts that you've been experiencing in the past. You're balancing out or rather Spirit is saying you are trying to balance out any sort of mental issues that you've had in the past, mental conflict over situations with maybe people or situations, okay? I feel this is with people. You also have the opening heart, and the time is right. Seize the day and make progress on your soul path. And opening the heart, deep connections, water blessings. And both these came with the number 11. So 1111 might be significant for you here. You might be seeing 1111 a lot. I feel like a lot of this mental conflict is to do with your heart and just releasing things from the past that no longer serve you or they don't add gain for your higher good. So you're releasing those things now. Okay? Spirit saying the time is right to do this. She looks like she's dancing. She's got some birds flying around her. So there could be messages that you're receiving or that you have received that have really brought you forward to taking steps in the right direction, opening your heart, deepening connections. I feel like this is connections with yourself, your own heart, things like that. You're just really releasing all that mental conflict, all those things you just don't need anymore. Like, could be people, situations, emotions, feelings. I feel like you're just done with it all, okay? Yeah, Spirit saying you're with the birds and the white. She's dressed in white here. This lady is also dressed in white. So I feel like a lot of purification for you guys. I feel like you guys are becoming more grounded, figuring out what's kind of, what do you want to say, Spirit? Okay, so they're saying to me, like, you're becoming more pure, more true to yourself about what you want for your freedoms, your passions, and that sort of thing, okay? Okay, and moving on, you got fulfillment of wishes. A message is trying to reach you. Be vigilant. The spirit world wishes to find and touch you. And healing earth. The power to give and receive healing. So I feel like your fulfillment of wishes is coming in. Okay, with the endings, but it feels like first you have to end this mental conflict and all that sort of thing in order for your new wishes and your fulfillment of wishes to come in. Okay, I'm feeling with this a lot of power, a lot of love. She or he, I'm not real sure, is opening the treasure box. It's full of something with a golden light. So, and that represents taking your power back and finding your power. In this case, I feel like it's not so much taking your power back. I feel like it's finding your power. With that being said, with a message is trying to reach you, it feels like Spirit is trying to give you signs, synchronicities about, you're asking questions maybe about what your next move is, what you should do next, and Spirit is downloading and trying to give you those gifts of what you should do next and where you should go. It's just a matter of actually listening to those messages, communication and decision. So it's about making a decision based off the communications that you are receiving at this time. And with the bird, she's looking at the bird there, and birds to me are always messengers, so pay attention to that. If you see birds on your path and things like that, look up the meaning of the bird if you know the type of bird. It's interesting, sometimes there's messages in that for you as well, just by the meaning of what the bird is trying to say to you. And then you have healing earth, the power to give and receive healing. So I feel like you hold, and in this card it shows, if you can see that, it shows a lot of green in there, and green to me signifies love, but in this case it's kind of like almost a turquoise green, turquoise blue. So that to me signifies something to do around your communications, which bring about healing and things like that. Okay, this will bring in structure for you. Okay, it may be that it is bringing communities closer together, or maybe a family unit closer together, or something like that. It's helping with your energies of love and how you're portraying love, because I feel like now you focused your healing power into love. So you're portraying more love instead of envy, hate, jealousy. Why didn't I get this? Why didn't I get that? And you're focusing more on, you know what, I created this. It is my responsibility, is my power to destroy whatever this is. So you're looking at things like, how do I destroy those old things going through my head and that sort of thing. You do it with love, the power of love. Okay, and then moving on, we have that is going to bring you triumph. Okay, you will be triumphant when you make this decision to move in the direction of love instead of all those other mental conflict type of things you were needing to get rid of. Okay, protect what you love. It's your duty and your responsibility. So I am feeling like there is something around you that you need to protect. So it could be people, it could be situations, it could be animals, it could be all that sort of thing. Protect what is true to you. Partnerships and change. It's possible that, you could have a change in partnerships or a change in a relationship that you want to protect or go after. Spirit is saying harvest, gathering of blessings. So recognize whatever this is that you want to protect, that you love. recognize that this will bring you triumph. This will bring you harvest, gathering of your blessings, okay? 44 with the protection. So, protect what you love and protection, 44 coming in. 44 is also stability, and then that relates to the 8th, which is forever. So, forever stability coming in for you after you protect what you love, okay? Make a decision to be triumphant in protecting what you love, okay? And she's holding a dog there, so animals could be significant, especially a dog. Dogs represent loyalty and that sort of thing. Another side message coming through, I'm hearing Spirit saying, is protect your loyalty. Protect those that are loyal to you. Protect your own loyalty. It's also, it looks like a puppy, so it looks innocent. Protect those that are like innocent. It looks like she has again, this is very interesting. In all of these cards, they're wearing white. The only one, she's wearing black, and the message is trying to reach you. And this one also, she's wearing white. It's got green on it, but it's core white. So definitely purity. Something about purity or purifying or healing, or the purity of the healing that you're trying to bring forward. So bring forward your healing with purity. Make a decision to bring forward your healing with purity and love, not with any sort of darkness, okay? And maybe that's your message, is if you decide that you are going to, if you only want to heal to, if your only goal to healing is making money, and it's not actually to heal the people, you don't really want to heal the people, or you don't really, like, say if you're in a healing, maybe you're a doctor, or maybe you're some sort of healer, spiritual healer, or something like that. Let's say your only goal for healing is to make money. Your goal isn't to actually help people, okay? Spirit, this is a side message. This is just for a couple people out there. You're not going to be successful if your only goal is the money. If your goal is healing them for money, and that's what you want. That's all you want is the money. You don't really care if they heal or they don't heal. You just want money. Okay, that is not going to help you for some of you. Now, for others of you, by remaining pure and in that loving state, you will be able to help heal the earth, okay? You will be able to help heal whatever it is you're trying to heal, whether it be the earth or people or animals. And that could be too. You could be a vet, right? You could be a healer, you could be some sort of vet, something like that. It feels as though there's something, though, that I'm going to say resides under the surface, okay? Because see, if you can see in this card, it's an ocean, and then I'm going to assume this is sand, but it's yellow, okay? However, if you look at it, it looks like this white here is on top of it's not flowing towards, it's just in the animation of the card. It doesn't give you that real 3D kind of effect. It kind of looks like something's, so I'm reading this as your power lies just under the surface of purity. Okay? That's how I'm reading this card. And then, yeah. Yeah, okay. Alright, let's get a surrender card and then we'll get a message from the universe. What does the universe want to say to you at this time? Surrender frustration. Frustration doesn't open any doors. The key to resolving a dilemma or dissolving a block is to take a breath. Center yourself and regroup. So you may approach the situation more calmly. So whatever this is, this situation, and excuse me for the sneeze, by the way. Whatever this situation that maybe is causing this mental conflict, maybe you need to open your heart, because the time is right, in order for your fulfillment of wishes. Message is trying to reach you. You have the power of healing. You be very triumphant of that, but you need to protect what you love. And that will bring you blessings. I'm also reading it. A message is trying to reach you that you need to protect what you love, okay? Okay. Okay, whatever the case may be, surrender the frustration that you have around this situation that's causing you the mental conflict in the first place, okay? That's your biggest goal here, is to surrender that frustration, to surrender all that mental conflict. Just release it. Release it and with an open heart, and let the universe take it, and just trust your intuition and go with your feels, and your blessings will come, okay? That's basically what this whole thing is, this whole reading is saying for you here. Okay, oh, and then message from the universe, apparently. Inflow with money. Okay, I feel like, because in the other message that Spirit was trying to say, when you heal, you will be in the flow of money, but you need to heal with that purity, that love, going forward, okay? Remember, don't do it with the wrong intention. So if your only intention is money and you're not going in with a pure heart, then you won't get the blessings, the harvest. But if you're going into it because you actually want to heal, and you actually want to help, and you actually want to send that love and send that healing and raise vibration and things like that, and you want to surrender all the rest, all the mental conflict and all that kind of stuff, and open your heart a little bit, then you will be in the flow with money. Okay. All right. Good. Okay, let's move on to pile 2. Okay, hopefully that helped you. I'm not sure if that made sense to you. It's maybe did for me. I don't know. I'm not real sure. I'm not sure what your guys' situation is, so I really don't know without you clarifying it. Okay, so moving on to pile 2, clearing the energies from pile 1, please, Spirit. Pile 2, our high vibing pile 2. Okay. Okay, let's get rid of this. These 3. We moved these already. Okay, second pile. We will use these as our main, and already got cards flying out already. Spirit just wants to talk to you guys. Apparently, we got the last 2 cards already coming out for you. Okay. Okay, so what you were trying to move past, basically, you made a decision that you're trying to move past. You're trying, with your willpower, your strength, you're trying to move past it, okay? You're hoping that this decision brings you abundance, okay? And this could be to do around partnerships with the 2. It doesn't have to be. It could be just bringing balance into your life. It could be, well, and 2 is also the choice. So again, a choice about the decision, right? You just need willpower and victory in order for this decision, right? To make this decision. You have the hope and happiness with the 48 coming through. This came in reverse, so whatever this decision is, I'm feeling that it's weighing quite heavily on your, I want to say your heart, okay? You're finding it difficult to have hope, be happy about this decision, okay? However, excuse me, you got the 9 of water with wishes, dreams, and happiness, okay? Imperfect harmony, and then infinite blessings. So something is going to end, I feel like, or you need to end something first before you can move forward. So this decision, this choice, with the Chariot card, that you're kind of up and down about right now, because you're like, I don't know, should I, shouldn't I, I hope this works, but maybe it won't, I don't know, will this bring me happiness, I don't know. So you're kind of up and down about it. However, you got the imperfect harmony card. I feel like you are on the right path. You are in harmony with what you want, or spirit advising you, you need to become in harmony with what you want. So the up and down, the up and down, the up and down really isn't helping you. You need to decide what you want, and then the universe will bring it. And if you can see in this infinite blessings card, it looks like an angel pouring down snowflakes or abundance onto the village below. Okay, so new beginnings will arise when you make this decision. It does feel like this decision it feels almost like you must trust your inner guidance here. There's an element of spirituality that goes with this, so you have to trust. I want to say trust the universe, trust your spiritual guidance that's coming in. I'm getting strong confirmation chills here, and it feels like you have been, but it feels like there's an element of doubt here as well. And with the 9 of water behind that, you got the 9 of earth. So it feels like when you start trusting more your inner awareness, your guidance, your that sort of thing, when you start trusting that more, your abundance is just naturally going to come in. The flow is going to come in. So infinite blessings are coming in for you. You just have to keep that hope, that faith, and that happiness, okay, because it will happen. Time machine with the 3. Time machine, expansion, advancement, enthusiasm, all these things you need to embrace in order to get your infinite blessings. A side message here for somebody is that with the time machine card, spirit wanting to say to you, yes, okay, spirit wanting to say to some of you that with the time machine, you can't repeat the past. They don't want you to repeat the past. You can't do you want to redo the past, but you can't. Okay, this is a message for some of you that they're coming through with. You have to let that go. The past is the past. How you view the past is really what's going to shape your future, okay? And get you into this 9 of earth energy is how you view the past. Do you view the past as hard, as horrible, as something you can't let go of, you can't heal from, things like that? Because what Spirit is saying is if you can't, then you won't be able to get your perfect blessings. Because if you keep viewing the past as this hard time, and you keep living in the past, and you keep ruminating on the past and how the past did you wrong, you're just going to get more of that. Instead, change your focus to how the learning the lessons from the past. So your past experiences, past people in your life, like actually say, if you want to focus on the past, then focus on it in a different way, is what Spirit's saying. Instead of focusing on it like, oh, woe is me, the past did me wrong, blah, 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 blah. Okay, focus on it as, okay, well, this happened, but I gained this, or I learned this. Because there's always, even though there's a loss, there's always a gain. You gain something from it. You gained knowledge, you gained wisdom, you gained an emotion, you gained. So figure out what it is you gained from whatever it was in the past. And sometimes some of those gains are the things that you need to heal from. So if you were, let's just say, if you were bullied as a child, well, obviously that's, you're thinking of that as, I was bullied, I didn't gain, I was just always picked. But maybe you did gain. Okay, you gained strength because you were always being picked on, so you became stronger, right? You gained a realization that there are people out there that are not always on your side, so you became protective of your own energy, more discerning maybe when it comes to your adult years and knowing who's on your side and who isn't on your side, because you're like, okay, that person's clearly a bully still, things like that. Okay, so there's always something you gained, even though you lost something as well. Okay, so don't focus on the loss, focus on the gain, because that is what is truly your or the lesson that you learn, because that lesson, good or bad, is still a gain because you learned something. Okay, so be true to your heart. When it comes to relationships and things, material things, things like that, be true to what is important to you. Is it the material things, or is it the things money can't buy? Okay, so be true to that. And that will help you immensely. Okay, let's get a surrender card and then a message from the universe, and we'll leave that there. I guess you gotta surrender that. Leaked out. Okay. Spirit wants you to surrender the habit of people pleasing and surrender to your soul's path. Okay, so there's an element for some of you regarding this decision is to do with other people and habit of people pleasing. Okay, you have to understand that other people, they don't actually matter at the end of the day. They can give you advice, they can weigh in their opinion, but the choice, at the end of the day, a choice on something that involves or revolves around you always is yours. It's not other people's choices. They don't have to live with the choice. So if you make a choice because you want to please somebody, at the end of the day, you're not happy, which is why this hope and happiness upside down, right? You're not happy because you're like, oh my God, right? What did I do? Now I'm, let's say you're a kid, or not a kid, but a teenager going off to college, and your parent wants you to become, a doctor, but you want to become a musician. Okay, I always use that kind of. Or a lawyer, and you want to become a musician. Become the musician because that's what's true to your heart. So that's what will bring you abundance, is doing what is true to your heart. Okay? Surrender to your soul's path. So your life has been perfectly designed for your soul's growth. Embrace every lesson and every moment. Again, with lessons, right? So, view everything that happened to you in your life moving forward, and even presently now, face it as a lesson, because ultimately every experience is a lesson. It's a lesson for soul's growth. But we get too caught up in societal norms, people pleasing, culture pleasing, how others view us, that sort of thing, that we forget about ourselves and what's true and important to our soul and what we came here to accomplish. And every time you go against, and popping into my head is that song, Soul's Own Warning or something like that. Whenever you feel sad or angry, or you self-sabotage, or you self-medicate, or you drink, or you overeat, or you're going against what you're doing these things as a habit, a distraction, because you're going against what your soul actually wants you to do. So Spirit is saying that if you align with the things that make you happy, so you reflect on the past, you think of the past, and you get sad. Now, instead, shift your focus into seeing that past, but seeing it differently. Focus on what you learned from it. Focus on how you grew, how you became better from that experience. And that shifts you into a whole different mentality of sadness to accomplishment. Okay, and when you view life that way, then things will get better for you. Okay? Okay, good message, Spirit. Thank you. That's a message for everybody. That's a very good message, even for myself. Okay, even though I do those things, but whatever. Sometimes we forget, you know what? We do forget. We go through challenges in our life. We have to make decisions. It gets stressful. We start, I don't drink or smoke or really have too many real bad habits. I do have one, though. So if I get upset, okay, maybe two. If I get upset, to distract myself, I'll clean. Number one, if I'm really mad and I'm cleaning and things are already clean, I'm angry, because I'm trying to distract myself by just cleaning things. And I don't know why I do this, but I've always done it. The other way I distract myself, and I think a lot of people do this, is I overeat. I grab the snacks. I'm like, oh my god, I start eating, right? And so that could be, I recognize that as a trigger. I'm like, okay, I can't eat too much of this because, moment on the lips and 10,000 hours in the gym sort of thing. So yeah, right? Recognize your triggers will help you as well, right? Dwell on your message from the universe. Dwell on what you love, okay? Again, what this reading is saying. So dwell on the things you want, not the things you don't want, okay? Dwell on the good experiences, not the bad experience. Dwell on what you learn from the experiences, what you gain from the experiences, your soul's growth, okay? That you have options is meaningful. Rock on. So, again, there's choice here. There is choice for you, okay? But you have to, and you will be successful. There is abundance for you, waiting for you. But you have to be true to your heart. You have to choose the options that are meaningful for you, okay? If I could make just 2 wishes, I'd wish I could somehow convey to you the profound depths of my gratitude for every moment of your life, okay? The good and the bad. I'd also wish that you could somehow know your unimaginable importance, just as you now are to the lives of so very many. And of course, I'd wish you even more wishes. Oh shoot. You were such a good idea, the universe. So, and I'm getting such strong chills. There's someone out there who's really doubting themselves, doubting the decisions that they make, doubting why their life is. Wow. And this is only like one person out there. Understand that everybody is here. Everybody was put on this earth to experience life. If you're here, you were meant to be here. So if you were meant to be here, why would you waste that? Why would you waste that by thinking you're unlovable, or your failure, or focusing on all this negative stuff? Why would you do that? Spirit is asking, don't do that. Stop doing that. Okay. This one, dwell on what you love. Asking someone to change is like pruning a tree. Neither will ever be the same again. Scarier still is that you can't quite know in what new directions you'll grow. I wouldn't change a leaf on you, the universe. This is a message of self-acceptance I get for the one of you that's like down on your luck, thinking like, why? Only you can change you. Nobody else can change you. So if you don't like where you are in life, you hold the power to change. Okay? Nobody holds that power for you. And it could be that for you, maybe you have people pleased, and it's brought you to a point in your life where you're like, why? Why do I? Why? Just why? Right? I feel like whoever I'm connecting to, you are. You're just like, why? Like, why? How did I get here? Why am I here? Like, it feels very much, and I'm sorry to laugh, but it just feels like that. And everybody that goes through a spiritual awakening or spiritual growth comes to that point at some point in their life where they're like, why am I doing this? Why am I here? Why am I around these people? Why am I pleasing these people when they don't care about me? And that is your soul, your higher self, and spirit, thank you, spirit, telling you that you have come to the point where it's time for you to gain your own abundance, to go your own way, to surrender to your own path, to surrender to people pleasing. You know, if you want to be that musician, then you go be that musician. Right? Who cares if anybody believes that you'll be successful or not? You won't know unless you try. And if you don't try, you're always going to wonder. And that wondering will never bring you forward. So it could be that maybe you did become the doctor or the lawyer or the dentist or the vet or the whatever the case may be. Maybe you're very successful, but you're not happy because all you ever wanted to do was please people. That they don't care. Everybody's in their own bubble. That's what I don't understand. Everybody worries about everybody else, what they're doing, what they're thinking, but yet nobody really worries about them at the same time. Do you see what I'm saying? So they worry about what you're doing, but they're not actually worrying about you. So why are you worrying about them? Worry about you, because you have your back. They don't have your back. If they're like, oh, you don't have the newest car, and you're like, oh, I better go buy a car because I gotta please these people because I have to have the best car. How does that help you? No one cares at the end of the day. Then they just shoot you down anyway. They're like, ugh, he bought a car and he couldn't afford the car, but he bought a car because he wanted to keep up with the Joneses. Ha ha ha. Right? Like, who cares? They don't care. They don't actually deep down care. And they go off and they go jogging or they go golfing or they go do whatever they do, right? So you're a moment of breath on their mouths and then nothing. The only one that should care what you're doing is you. If more people cared about what they were doing and themselves instead of everybody else worrying about what they want and how they act and how they look and that, the world would be a happier place by focusing, because you heal what's around you by healing you. Being happy with you, finding what makes you happy, okay? All right, okay. Thank you, Spirit. That was very nice. Another good message. Good. Okay, moving on. Well, moving on. I always feel like Spirit is giving us lectures. They're like, why do you always make things so hard for yourselves when it could be so simple? It really does. Spirit is like, oh, you know those memes? Okay, social media is great for funny stuff. I love funny stuff. Memes are hilarious, and I like those spiritual memes that are like, if my spirit guide could see, and literally, and I'm getting confirmation chills because they're up there. They literally are going like this. Oh my god, why? Why are they making it so difficult? And now I get big applause. Yes. Why do you guys make it so difficult? Yes. I make it difficult for myself sometimes too. I'm not perfect. We're here to live a human experience. Okay? And with human experience comes our own difficult choices and difficultness in our head, right? And Spirit just saying, get outside that. Okay. Alright. Pile 3. Let's move on to pile 3. If you have come here for pile 3, these are your messages. Can we go 3 for 3 for good messages? I don't know. Can we? I think so. Alright. Really good messages coming through today. Very good. I think whatever pile you pick, you probably pick a pile that has some message in it for you. So if you want, go back and so if you pick pile 3 and you whatever, you need more messages, go to pile 1 and 2 because they're freaking fantastic messages, okay, that could apply for everybody. Okay. And, okay. Oh no. Can we go 3 for 3? I just don't know. Okay, we'll use these guys, and then we'll use maybe those ones there. Yeah. Alright. Let's use these ones. Yes, we will use these ones. Okay. What do we got here? Alright, so what do you guys got going on? Okay, so for this pile, yeah, go back and watch 1 and 2. I feel as though you are breaking free from the chains and connections that you have currently experienced, okay? Situations, people, you're just breaking free from it all. You're like, or there's a need to. Okay, for some of you, you haven't done this yet, but there's a need to. And you definitely need to make a decision to bring about the new beginnings for yourself here, okay? By breaking those chains. Rest and reconsider what you want from life. Because it feels very hard. He's sitting on the rocks. It looks like it's hard. It's kind of, it looks a little bit cold where he is, even though it's a very nice day. Okay, Feels like, ugh. You're protected from the, you're trying to protect yourself from the heat. Is how I'm getting this. It feels hard, it feels cold, but something you want to do at the same time. Okay, and it's to do around communication. Possibly love, ending something towards within these things, right? And this communication, it's like he's bursting out of the chains of communication, right? It's like you're holding back something, I feel like, for this pile. It feels like you're holding back what you want to say, what you want to communicate. You're holding it back. Okay, and Spirit doesn't want you to do that. Letting go of urgency. It feels like you're always on the go. You can't relax. Right? Like you're just hiding in the shade, but you're not really relaxing because it's cold, it's hard. Right? But in this one, Spirit is saying there's a need for you to surrender that urgency, those time constraints. And I feel like a lot of those time constraints are your own time constraints. It feels like, yeah, your own time constraints. Like, nobody's actually pressuring you. Nobody's pressuring you to do these things. You're just doing them because you feel they need to be done. Because you're trying to, I feel like, avoid something here. You're trying to stay out of the heat. You're trying to not heat things up. But you need to break free, and sometimes we need to heat things up. And then you got the mystic healing energy flows through you. So I feel like these connections, this urgency, letting go of urgency, staying out of the heat, I feel like it's part of a healing process that you need to go through. Okay? Daydreams and decisions. Then you have ascended masters, devoted spirits with specific intentions. And then answering the call. The time is now. It could very well be that you're some sort of healer. Even though you're healing yourself. We have to heal ourselves before we can heal others, which means you need to break free from chains. You need to let go of that urgency, and you have to be willing to communicate, be willing to love. You can't just stay out of the heat. Okay? You have to face the heat sometimes. And you have to communicate and make decisions. Okay? Listen to your, I feel like there's spirit guides and things around you that are trying to focus your intention or guide you in the right direction. The daydreams and decisions, for some of you, I'm picking up that all you do is daydream and make your decisions based off your daydreams. But for others of you, I feel like you don't dream. You don't know what you want. And there's a message here that you need to meditate a little bit. The time is now to answer that call to meditate and to figure out, connect with your ascended masters, connect with your spiritual team, and figure out what it is you want, what direction you wish to go. You need to open that door, I'm feeling, okay? And strong confirmation chills, okay, here. So this is something that you need to do. You need to figure out how to deal with the heat. But you also need to let go of the urgency that everything must happen right now on your time. Okay? Because things don't happen that way. They happen on spirit time. We've learned this. Okay? Everything happens in divine timing. If you've ever heard that phrase, it truly is. How the universe works. You know, you might want something now, but it's not going to happen right now. It's going to happen when you release these blocks. Free yourself from these chains. Okay? So you got to do that healing work first before you can gain whatever it is you are gaining. But in order to do that, you have to answer the call. You have to listen to your intuition. You have to listen to spirit. Okay? Awaiting results. It feels almost like you are awaiting results, possibly on a decision that needs to be illuminated to you. You're waiting to find out this. Justice, harmony, and solutions here. It could very well be for some of you, not all of you, that there is something you're awaiting result, and it gives me vibes of court case vibes, a decision about something. You're waiting for results on something. And then you have the protected by angels. You are cherished by your angels. So understand that whatever this is, because I feel with the heat card, like, because I kept getting that stale heat, you need to break free from the chains, okay, and stay out of heat. It has something to do, for some of you, has something to do with law. Maybe you did something in the past that you're maybe not proud of that created heat. Now you're like, I gotta get this done. I gotta, I got all this stuff. I just feel like, energy, right? Like you're just like, But it just feels like you need to understand that whatever it is you're going through right now, and however way it turns out, because right now you're in the awaiting results, however it turns out, okay, good or bad, don't put an expectation on it to begin with. If you are going to put an expectation on it, reframe your thoughts to put a good expectation on of it. However, if it does go badly, recognize the lessons that you learn from whatever happened. Okay? And not always are the lessons fair in your mind, but it's all in perspective. So what Spirit wanting you to do is go back and evaluate what the lesson actually was from that experience that you experienced, and how you can make choices to grow from that experience by not making the same mistake again, changing your perspective, and possibly healing and teaching others. Okay? And it for someone as well, I'm feeling, this is a very specific, this is only for like one of you. I'm feeling that there was a call and it felt urgent, and this caused something, an accident or something, where now somebody's in the justice system awaiting results for what the outcome of this is. Understand you're protected by angels. Understand that this situation, whatever this situation was, it was meant to happen. As hard as it is, especially if there was perhaps a death or something like that, that became from this situation, there was a lesson for everybody to learn in this situation. Okay? On all sides. So often, like, our choice affects someone else's choice, which affects, and it's just the spiraling, we make one choice and it affects other people. However, if we make another choice, it's going to affect them in a different way. But what Spirit is trying to say is all those choices are always meant to happen. All those choices are already laid out. There's infinite amount of choices that you could make, and there's infinite amount of timelines and scenarios and experiences you came here to experience. And as difficult as that is, to wrap your head around, there's never a wrong answer. We always think that we make a wrong decision, or we answer wrong, or we do something wrong, and we seek, oh, did we make the right decision? And we seek what tomorrow brings, which could bring you to this reading in the first place. It's because you're wanting to know what will happen. Was Spirit really wanting to tell you that it really doesn't matter? Because you're here to experience all things. So whatever choice you make is never going to be a wrong choice. It'll always be the right choice. It's all in your perspective about the choice. Okay. Good message, I guess. Good message for all of us. It's a thinker. Thank you, Spirit. Got me thinking. But yeah. I guess so. That just threw me off. Spirit channels me messages too, not just for the collective, not just for you. I also get messages as well sometimes when Spirit gives me these messages. I'm like, oh, wow. Alright, so what do you need to surrender? You need to surrender to creativity. Let your imagination soar. Stay open to all creative ideas about how to pursue a dream or solve a problem. Okay. So, the message for this, okay, because there are some people that may be just beginning their spiritual journey and sort of things. And Spirit is really saying to embrace your spirituality, to just go with the spirituality, to allow creativity to come in. Again, I don't know who I'm connecting to. If someone's going to jail, I'm picking this up like strong. If you end up going to jail, Spirit wants you to surrender to your creativity. In jail, prison, whatever, there's rehabilitation programs that give you skills like trades, like stuff. Spirit is saying, take it. There's something that you are meant to experience. And you wouldn't be able to experience this unless you went on this path. And this creativity, this abundance, is actually part of your calling. So even though it seems like a decision that maybe you made poorly, or because I'm getting this feeling like whoever I'm connecting to, this is feeling like, oh my god, my life is over if I end up going to jail, if I end up, but it's actually not. It's actually just the beginning, because if you end up going to jail, you end up having access to all these different programs, this different stuff, which if you follow your heart, if you follow your healing, you do the inner work, stuff like that, and surrender to your creativity, surrender to your soul, it's actually going to create abundance for you. So go back and watch the other 2 readings, okay? For whoever this is, if you resonate with this, definitely go back and watch those 2 readings. Those other 2 piles, okay? Because I feel like this is all linked backwards. Like, the whole reading I've been telling, almost giving messages for, I want to say, one person, really. Like, I mean, even though these messages apply to all of us in all 3 piles, I feel like I'm connecting strongly with one person. One person, spirit, really wants this message given to. So if you're watching this and someone pops into your head that's going through an experience like this, you're like, oh my god, they need to watch this, send it to them. I don't say that like ever, but my messages often are given to people that know people that the message is actually for. So, yeah. Woo! And I'm getting strong confirmation chills again. Okay, so I really hope this message gets to whoever it's supposed to get to. Absolutely. 100%. Okay, and your message from the universe. Okay. I am a physical extension of creative, non-physical energy. Wow. You are so much more than your physical body. You have come to know as you are source energy, and you are focused on leading edge of thought. In this powerful now, you hold the key to allowing the source that is you to flow. The better you feel, the more you are allowing that connection. Right? So, and yeah, so somebody here needs to really get in touch. I feel like whoever I'm connecting to is not, or thinks they're not creative, but you may in fact be very creative. You could be a great builder, woodworker, you could be, you know, a great artist, you could be a great musician, you could be a great something, chef, I don't know, right? But you're something, and whatever it is, and basically everything that is created with an intent of healing. Okay? So exactly, you know, it doesn't matter. Right? You create food, you create healing because someone eats that food and they're like, oh, this is so delicious, right? You create a cabinet and someone just loves it and they're like, oh my god, I love this cabinet, right? It creates healing. Gives them a sense, oh, I can put my storage here or whatever, right? Like, Music, it makes people feel happy. Art, it gives people happiness as well, to look at it, to experience it. Tarot cards, you create tarot cards. I mean, it heals, it gives people messages. Plus it's got beautiful artwork on it. I mean, it's all healing. It's all anything really that, even the sciences, everything's created to heal. So yeah, so whatever. But okay, those were really great messages. I think they were. I hope you think they were. Anyways, so much love and light to you. Take care on your journey, and hope this helped.